gentlemen, we don't have to wait much longer from here as we get into London eSports versus the London Slayers. The first map of train, the first map of our grand finals for Epic 26. And London will be starting things off again on that CT side. They did lose the map pick, but they do get their choice aside, and they're wearing just the full USPs out here to start things off. Kevlar on all 5 players, no defuse kits. We've got Rom out for the London Slayers as they have themselves a little bit of utility. The bomb on his back, and of course the Kevlar going into this one. It's blocks out, and Ardis will be drawn against by first blood. Mighty Max with a quick headshot on towards him. It's Dom out with a quick trade on Thomas 4 versus 4 and rotating back towards the other side. Got Mighty Max close right here, looking for 2 quick frags, tapping as well through missing every single shot, but gets bump 1 onto Fry. Dom with a quick trade. He's got more Eccles support out here, so he gets 1 frag back over towards the other side, and Stanley will shut him down. The first on the ball for the London Slayers, and they sound hyped about that one.
Yeah, you can feel the vibrations when Smooya raises his voice and gets that yell out. But there it is, London Slayers picking up the pistol round in the first round of this grand final, as we now see 3 AKs, a UMP, and a MAC-10. Now this is interesting to see 3 AKs come out this early on, so they know how important it is to not get anti-ecoed at this point in time. 3 scouts coming out from the CTs, and the T's already making their way in towards Brown Halls. They do have a little bit of utility to use, as it is going to be the CZ from Eccles up first. Just jiggle peeking at the ramp at the moment. Looking in towards the Brown Hall. Should be able to spot out some information any second now, and he does. Falling back, and the T's, they've grouped up nice and tight together.
Yeah, 4 players out to these Brown Halls. We've got Thomas lurking out towards T-com position. Actually, one of the 3 scouts in the London eSports is a strat that's worked relatively well for them in the past, but will it work well for them this time around? 60 seconds on this defense. 4 players stacking up the B bomb site. The UMP spray will come through. 60 seconds ready to tick on by right here. Spread out now on the default positions. London Slayers going to opt to go back over. See that A bomb site. Stanley here with a bomb. Over to his team at the MAC-10, looking to try and enter out here. It doesn't matter if he goes down, it all just comes up to those rifles to get the trade frags to get the overall firepower, but little do they know that they've baited in the rotation. Mighty Max lurking alone here on B. As flashbangs go into Pop Dog, and Thomas and Stanley going to move quickly in towards it. The scout out here towards Connector, and Fry will get shut down by Smooya, starts things off. Probably closes it down off the back of that.
Yeah, and so far Eccles is aggressive towards these Brown Halls. That's a nice kill. Artist as well. Stanley with the MAC-10 in towards the back lines of the old bomb, and Soulcast as well. And so far the T's looking to try and clean up, as it is all up to Soulcast left, and he can't find anything either. So a very interesting second round coming out from the London Slayers, and you spoke about it just before in that last round of how the scouts have been able to work out a few times before from London eSports, but unfortunately I feel like it was the pace that was coming into that outer bomb site that the scouts just weren't able to find the damage.
2-0 start here for the London Slayers squad, of course. Because the Eco London eSports, they full spot in that last round, so this should end up being 3-0 on paper, and certainly London Slayers feel that aggression and potential, so they go straight out towards the A-bomb site, not taking their time with this one at all. Nades in, T-side out, 3 players stacking themselves up here towards the ramp. A nice little setup, actually. They could get a little bit of damage, but in the end they decide to break it away because no one comes down the ramp, and instead they go out towards the A-bomb site. Bomb plug down over towards the red train. It's all the formality here for round 3. Long faces, gets a bit of damage done to him, actually. Does end up falling in the end to Ardis' side. 1 weapon taken out, but a MAC-10 is not too much of an issue. They're not going to be somewhat sweating that particular loss on the London Slayers side.
Yeah, and for London eSports, unfortunately they don't pick up an AK for themselves, just a MAC-10 into that, but they're going to start cleaning up. Actually, another dink coming out to Thomas, so the T's need to be careful that they don't lose any more members here. Smooya showing off his class early on. He's 5-0 at the moment, but actually it's going to be Fry finding a kill. So far, this round not being the best coming out from the London Slayers, as they do lose 2 members.
3 members. Okay, that's going to be a bit of an awkward one.
That's going to hurt the economy as well.
Fry gets away alive on 1 HP. It's not too terrible for him. Of course, the MAC-10 not going to be a major weapon to be used by the London eSports side. Instead, they trade back out for the M4s. The 2 AUGs coming in from Ardis and Eccles, and the AWP of Astro, of course, defines the entire CT setup. With London Slayers, as you say, economy's hurt. They're going to buy down pretty hard. 2 players on just $100 amounts. AWP and the AK is going to do. Look at how aggressive the Rom's going to get, though, out here towards the hell position. Look at how far he's pushed up at the CT line. And Ivy controlled as well, putting the intention to fry away. And I don't think they realise that Rom's this far pushed up. Will spot, will spray, will take the head off the first CT. Now creeping around to check old hell. No one is going to be there, but the rotation's in. Rom Connector will also back up the London eSports side. Molotov's out. Ardis Facing Soulcats gets down one with a quick trade of the 4 versus 4 out towards T-Con. They will be suppressed, and the rest of the CTs are all going to rotate to defend the A side.
Yeah, so far London Slayers trying to get out of control, but Mighty Max on the lurk isn't going to be able to find anything, so it's all down to Smooya and Stanley. And that position from Rom early on, it seemed as if the London Slayers put themselves in a really great position, but unfortunately they start losing members. Now Stanley in towards his B bomb site, and just by himself, trying to pull a little bit of a rotation out for the CTs, and actually hasn't been spotted here. Stanley able to find one. Can he find any more though? Astro up close to him at the moment. And Stanley needs to try and hit, but they are actually going to be able to get this bomb down towards this A bomb site. So this round is actually looking pretty promising coming out from the London Slayers. The AWP onto Smooya, and he gets back in towards Ivy. Stanley holding the Z connector, and London eSports coming in. But Astro does find Smooya, so it's all down to Stanley. 1 HP, finds another one. Can he get this done? 1v2 for Stanley with 1 HP. Eccles is going to be close in towards the Z connector, and Stanley's not going to make it work. It's going to be the first round for London eSports, and a very good retake coming out from them.
Yeah, eventually the low HP amounts just couldn't quite work out for Stanley. 2 kills to his name, but couldn't get that 4K, so in the end it's going to be a first on the board. For the London eSports side, the CTs have themselves a bit of a buyout here. AWP for Astro, 2 AUGs, 1 and 4, and then 1 UMP on Artist's side. Orp and the AKs coming out for the T's, and again, they're going to have a very hard buy into this one with Mighty Max and Rom being so low. They do drop an AK for Rom, and Mighty Max now just a Mac 10. There's a lot to be decided for the London Slayers setup. Out towards the apartments and in towards Ivy they will go. They've got Fright ready to receive them over here on the CT side. London Slayers going out towards Pop Dog. A little bit of damage been taken by Thomas, but not by much.
London eSports stacking hard towards this A-bomb site. Currently having 4 players at the moment, as it's only up to Eccles in towards Inner. York in hand, and the London Slayers, although they lose the last, because they had such a build-up economy, they are going to be able to come straight back into this with a relatively good buy. Mac 10 on Mighty Max and an AWP as well, but the Molotov, this is going to do so much damage, but Rom still finds a kill. But surely at the moment he's going to get chased out and... Oh,
no.
Alright.
Completely blind by the flash and had no idea he was burning until he roasts to death. Fry with a trade back over on Pop Dog. Artist will trade one more player. However, Thomas is going to be falling as well. So London are going to gain the man advantage once again. But have their counter for Mighty Max back here. It's Smooya with a quick AWP shot. Fry's not ready. And peeking around towards the bomb train. He will get the frag. 3 versus 2. Bomb site control of the T side. But they haven't got the bomb out here. 40 seconds on the clock. And if Eccles and Astro, or all Astro, could work their way into a position, if they can deny this bomb plot, if they can shut down Mighty Max, they might still be able to win the round for the London eSports side.
Yeah, Stanley's watching the Pop Dog at the moment, and that's going to be Eccles to fall. So Astro, the last one remaining in a 1-on-3. And the London Slayers, a very good round. And that Mac 10 on Mighty Max, what a kill he gets there. And Astro can't find anything either. So that's 4 rounds for the London Slayers. A very good start to this first map on Train. And now we're going to see an eco come out from London eSports.
Yeah, full reset on that CT side. Heavy investment from the last round means that there's not a lot to work with here. And this should end up being an eco with the amount of money that Astro and Fry have. Yeah, so never mind. Oh. Okay. I was going to say, if they wanted to go for a half buy in the next round, then go for the buy up after that one, that probably could be a bit of a chance right there with the money that Astro and Fry had. But no. In the end, they do buy the scouts, they do buy the CZs, a couple of upgraded pistols, and of course the 3 main weapons, the main rifles for the CT side. The face in, but Astro get taken out first. Artist is already tagged up out here towards the cross. Jump scout and can't catch Mighty Max. Second base, going to miss the shot as well. Fry will trade, but Soulcats gets another frag back. Have to hold the phone. 3 versus 3. Fry out here with another scout up towards the heaven position. Spot taps up the head of another Rom going down. Smooya and Stanley last 2 left, but Smooya trades with the AWP. Back to evens we will be as the London Slayers should get the bomb down. And a CZ and a scout to try and retake for the CT side.
Yeah, well, so far, information already gathered from the T side of where Eccles is, but low HP onto Soulcast, but he does have a scout. And it is Stanley in towards this Ivy area at the moment. And this could be such great positioning. As Smooya in towards T-Con with that AWP. The bomb going to be tapped. Stanley's going to see it. And the London Slayers have just played this so well. Stanley with 1. Can't find the second. That's a nice shot on Soulcast. And now it's up to Smooya. Oh, my God. What a shot.
All right, then. Soulcast. Mr. Dom. I don't think he's got time for this to fuse, though. Actually, this will be close.
He's got it.
He's got it. Nicely done. Dom, what a round. What a round. That was absolutely insane to bring London up to 2.
What a
Such
flick.
such an accurate shot onto Smoothie's head. I think people seem to underestimate how hard it is to hit those shots on players on ladders. You know, on top of the trains of train, like just work perfectly done again from Dom to get themselves into that position. So M4 saved. AEGs from Masters coming out. A bit of a hard buyback from the London Slayers, but they want to take as much aggression as they have so far throughout the course of this map. Look at them going right down towards the ramp position. Smoothie up here, and he gets the first shot on Eccles. The AWP close range shot shuts down the first, and already the CTs are falling back out. They realise that they can be reset once again by the London Slayers, so they want some rifles to go into round number 8 with.
Well, one of the things I've noticed from the CT side is how often they just leave Eccles towards B and stack 4 towards A. So I feel like London Slayers have finally figured out the defense and sort of thought to themselves, if we rush towards B, even if we lose a member, we get full site control, because Eccles is the only one holding B at this point. So a quick round coming out from London Slayers, Eccles falls, and London eSports go for a complete save. They realise that it's not even worth it at this point, being a man down and not having much utility, and only having one kit as well. So the London Slayers are going to be able to pick up their 5th round, and we will be able to see an upgraded buy come out from Eccles. He might be able to get an SMG. But for the London Slayers, this is it's looking promising on their map pick.
Yeah, things are looking really, really good for them. Obviously, seeing them on their screens. Not getting overly hyped, not getting too excited about anything. They're just going to play it like they usually do. 5-2 on the board, and have reset the loss bonus to the London eSports side. Of course, they haven't done the buyback in with the rifles they saved. UMP for Eccles, obviously not ideal for the CTs, but this could still end up being a fun enough affair for them. How comes the defensive out to rush? Stanley first man in, and Dom immediately shuts him down. Looks for the second frag as well. Smoothie with a quick trade, and Astro is hitting the trade right back, but can't quite find that angle on the T side. Neither gets back up in the form of Fry. And his bomb site Molotov's in through the smokes, and Astro's going to get a clean angle right here. Line up straight from his Fry. Spots the second as well, gets Thomas's head off his shoulders, and now looks back in towards the cross for anyone else that wants to face. But Smoothie is going to hold this angle down, so we have to run with the UMP up close, spraying on through this. See the tracer bullets, they do so much damage to him. 17 points of health. He gets back behind the electric box. And London start to rotate in, get the backs up together. Smoothie will go down, and it's end of round out here for Rom going forward to Eccles' side. 3-5 London, trying to equalise.
Yeah, what a round coming out from London eSports. They only managed to lose a single member, and the retake on towards A was quite fast from the rotations. And London Slayers, they didn't even have an opportunity to get that bomb down, so they really got shut out. They threw a lot of smokes in towards an A execute, but London eSports, really, the rotations came in quickly, and the London Slayers weren't able to capitalise off of that. Some nice shooting coming out from the Orgs as well, as Dom was able to find 2 towards T-Com, but Stanley is going to open up with a CZ.
It's a nice start at the very least, out towards Ivy, catching off an off-guard Fry. AUG and everything picked up as well for the T-side, so they've got a bit of a rifle to work with. A play with Kevlar and helmet as well. No damage being sustained by the T side, and that's perfect for a start right here against the London eSports squad. Of course, their defensive tries to rotate over towards the V-bomb, so they're actually going to stack a second player up here alongside Eccles. Soulcast, Dom, down towards Pop Dog, nades in, trying to do damage on to Thomas's part, but Thomas tries to see if he can stay alive here with the CZ. 60 seconds are going to remain on the board for the LDN Slayers. Hit. Stack their way in towards the brown halls again. I think Soulcast might get a bit of information on this, and Eccles is going to be left as the main man to defend it. Astro will rotate in towards Connector, tries to see if he can take first contact, but it's just not going to happen. Out towards Cross, looking for the first man back here. Deagle shot's going to ring true, and Eccles going to get around the corner spot. Thomas Astro will got the bomb, but Thomas going to fall, and Smoothie and Mighty Max fall alongside him. Ron with another face, and he goes still falling all the same. Stanley not able to put that AUG to good effect, and he will spray. He will get taken down. It's going to be 4 on the board for London. They have brought this back to a 1-goal deficit.
Yeah, London eSports bringing it back on train, and their city sides in the last couple of rounds have looked very, very strong, that they haven't been able to lose too many members. And the London Slayers aren't going to be able to get that AWP back out. We're only going to see 4 AKs into this round, just a Tech 9 on Mighty Max. And finally, the economy from the CT side is just looking stronger by the minute. Zastro on the AWP. And a heavy stack of the CTs once again towards his A-bomb side. But Mighty Max running out towards upper at the moment. Eccles already going to take him down to pretty much half HP. And this actually might bring another CT in towards his B-bomb site. So we now have Astro in towards the Z connector.
He's ready for facing against that T side. Not going to catch anyone from the London Slayers. It seems they play carefully around this. Mighty Max sacrificing himself, trying to Get tagged up low with the Tech 9 trying to pull some attention away, and it has been successful. Look how many players they held out towards Connector. They can get easy access to T-Con potentially out towards the pop-up position with some smokes. They could very easily get to the bomb site and get that plant down on A. So one player sneaking forward is going to be Rom, ready to face against 2 more CTs right around this corner. He's got his back turned to Fry, and Fry will shut him down. Opening things up finally for the London side. Now the hit comes through here towards B. Dom's going to get a secondary kill on Smooth. Now Thomas trying to see if he can trade out towards Heaven. Will spot out Dom, but not going to find anything more. The CT's on the other side of the bomb site as well. Will get up high, and Thomas will take down Artie. Dom's going to line up 2 headshots though. Takes them down, looking for a third man right out towards the cross. Here, Mighty Max will spot Fry, but Fry will shut him out all the same. And Mighty Max could not clutch this for the London Slayers. London eSports, a very good CT side half, did not get started as the way that they wanted it to. It's finally come up to fruition.
Yeah, London eSports. This CT side of train is now starting to look relatively strong, as the AWP on Astro isn't even doing that much. It's the Orgs at the moment that seem to be finding all the kills, as London Slayers now just deciding to upgrade a few pistols into this. Not a heavy investment. Bit of armor on Stanley and some utility for Mighty Max. But Astro with the AWP now changed up his position, and Eccles actually is going to get caught off the Molotov. But Astro needs to hit some shots here because the T's, they're coming all towards him.
What a perfect flash.
And that is so well done. The T's able to get this bomb down towards B at the moment. And actually, no, the bomb's still towards the brown halls at the moment. But look at this position from Smooya. Oh, he almost finds one. Romney's going to trade it out. And a 3-on-2, the London Slayers making this round work with just upgraded pistols. And now Fry's the last one left. A 1v3, finds the first. Oh, and he gets a second as well. So this could be the 1v3 coming out from Fry, as Mighty Max just sitting on a Glock. And the bomb being planted in towards outside. And Mighty Max now moving towards Old Bomb at the moment. And Fry, is he going to expect this position coming out from Mighty Max? It's really anyone's game. Whoever peaks first.
Oh my god, the timing on this one.
He could actually stick the defuse.
Taps it once. Towards
No.
Pop Dog. Mighty Max just going to play passive, and Fry, no idea. If Mighty Max seriously wins this with a Glock, I have no idea what else to say. Flashbang in, has got to stick the whole thing, taps it once more time. He's still going to try and fight the feet. Here's Mighty Max spraying on through. Mighty Max may have just stalled for enough time. Now this is close. I can't believe that.
What?
Fry. 1 HP will get away alive, but that truly is a disaster for his side. Oh my me, oh my. Mighty Max just playing around the aggression towards CT, holding his nerve, not giving up any information to London's one clutch player, and with a Glock alone, he will keep London Slayers in the lead here at 6-5. Up, down, and AK is coming through. That is just such a tragic way to concede a round there.
Oh, balls are still as well for him to not, well, for Mighty Max not to go and peak the first time and not stick the defuse, but the CTs don't come out on top, and a big clutch could have come out from Fry, but look at this. Mighty Max, I don't know if he's going to expect this, and a double play in towards the brown halls, aggressive coming out from London eSports, and we haven't seen this so far, so this really means that the London Slayers have to go in towards outside, and Fry as well finding a kill. Now Thomas has been spotted out towards Pop Dog, now in towards E-Box. Fry as well with another. And so far, this round falling to pieces as not a single kill goes in favour of the London Slayers. And I love that aggression coming in towards the brown holes, because it means that London Slayers then can't move towards B if they want to.
Yeah, and because they're such an aggressive-sided force and such a firepower-heavy squad, you're looking at this like, right, they have to get that map control. They have to get into the brown holes. They have to be ready to go for an execute. They have to maintain that presence against the CT side. But now London are going to try and fight back of their own right and try to go for presence of their own. So they're in the brown halls. They're pushed up. They're ready for any face out here towards the hell position, and that's exactly where the whole round sort of capitulated from London Slayers off the back of that first kill coming in against Mighty Max. So from here, things are going to look awkward as they go in with a bit of a half quasi buy. I mean, Rom's invested in 4, Smooth's invested in 4. A couple of players haven't, though, and that does send a couple of questionable messages coming through when it comes down to these two teams. Like, are they on the same page when it comes to the buy strategy? Are they ready to try and take the sacrifices? Are they ready to go into the next few rounds of a good buy? In round 14, it certainly doesn't look like the case. They do lose Stanley to start things off. Smoothie will try and find anything he can to the legal shot here towards the Ivy area, and Fry will just shut him down to 5-3.
Yeah, and so far, London Slayers haven't really been able to find anything in this round, as it seems like it's just clean-up duty. And now London eSports make their way to 7 rounds, and Jay, this is London Slayers' map pick, and so far we saw a very promising lead from them, but London eSports have turned this around quickly.
They have indeed, you know, again, as you say, very promising lead. Looked like it was very dominant for the London Slayers. Now London eSports are coming back and they've gained the lead on their CT side. So now, excuse me, now we look at this and we're like, okay, there's a really good chance for these guys to bring it back. You know, they had some close maps again. I'm expecting this one to be a close one affair as London get ready for the London Slayers squad. Eccles up with a nade in towards up. We've got 2 players worried about sprays on Smooth. And someone's trading back, but Artist quick with the trade back to the 2-for-1. The bomb plant will come through here off the back of this one. Artist will trade another player back in Thomas. Robin Stanley left alone with just the 2 pistols. The AK has been isolated from that team. Stanley now just run through, and actually Stanley does get out towards the other side, gets another kill as well. Tries to get against Fry when he finds his headshot against one. No damage done to both players, but in the end, the bomb defuse will come through as Artist. And Dom get the final couple of frags. 8-6 now. London eSports with the half advantage. And the London Slayers, London Slayers are the 15th, as we were just about to say. You know, looking like they're going to have to, well, they are going to get mostly full buy, you know, a little bit limited utility, but other than that, they have basically got the full rifles.
Yes. And it's the battle with the AWPs. Astro up against Smuyo as we go into the 15th. As the T's already look to make their way towards Brown Halls, and just looking by this presence, it could be something quickly towards B.
Oh,
what a tag already.
Leg shot on Eccles. That could have been the opener right there for the London Slayers. An awkward nade from him as well. He's going to try and fall back, and we're able to get a bit of control. It's Rom to take down Dom, starting things off to the favour of the T side. Eccles extremely low as well. Is going to be fencing in by Stanley and Thomas. Here they come. Fry's out here for a quick trade frag, and we'll get one before Thomas trades him right back out. Eccles can't seem to get the trade frag of his own. He's got to wait for backup to arrive. Holding on for as long as he can, but he can't hold on for long. Rom with a trade of 4 versus 2. Astro and Artis. Very different positions here on the map to try and get this retake together. One towards the CT spawn and one more back on the backside of Brown Halls. This looks like it's going to be a 7th for London Slayers to close out the T-side half.
And Astro and Artist left to try and clutch in a 2-on-4. AWP and Orc to use a lot of utility. And Artist coming from the Brown Halls, able to find one, but Astro can't do anything either. So it's going to be 19 HP on towards Artist. Finds one onto Smooth, so we're at least trying to make this look like it's possible. But at this point, needs to try and find some more, and there it is. 8-7 London eSports with the lead in the first half, and tell you what, this has been a little bit back and forward.
Yeah, quite a little bit of a back and forth there, as you can see. You know, a couple of rounds traded back with the London Slayers. Of course, they had a very confident start in a 5-2 fashion. In the end, London eSports managed to do some serious work to pull it back on their own accord. Going into their own T side, it will look like aggressive forces need to work out. Lennon will watch over them potentially. We'll find out whether that will be the case. Flash and smoke in for Astro. P250 drop for Eccles. He's playing the raid boss for the London eSports side. Meanwhile, London Slayers have the defuse kit and smoke on Mighty Max. Everybody with default pistols and everybody else with Kevlar. They go right down to the Brown Halls. They have left Stanley close. Pop Dog ready to face in, ready to take down some T-side scum. 2 more players in Rom and Thomas. Back here on the B, bombs up with the crossfire that look to be set. It's going to be a very intense and important pistol round as London eSports get themselves set up. The smoke in to connector. Ron will see it coming. The flashback to try and blind them off. He will get back behind the Riel train ready to receive it. But Tom's going to catch that full front of the face. And Ron will not be able to see any of the C-side players. They do crossing, taps up one, but he can't quite take him down as Artist takes the first frag of the half. Alongside Asher with the second follow-up. Smooya will trade it back, but the bomb can cross onto the bomb site. It's a 4v3 plant for the London eSports side.
Yeah, now the London Slayers have to try and retake. Smoothie needs to hit some shots. There's a nice first, but can he find any more? The strafing coming on top of the bomb train at the moment, and so far the T's are falling to pieces. Eccles with one, but Smoothie isn't going to find anything, and now it's all up to Thomas. 1v2, and he's getting aggressive. Eccles and Astro left, and Thomas, he needs to try and hit some headshots here. The bomb running low, Eccles wide swinging, and what a round coming out from London eSports. They make it work, and Smoothie, he got himself in such great positions, but he just couldn't hit the crucial shots.
And that's the key thing right there, is the fact that he couldn't hit the shots. If he had landed just one good headshot onto one player, that probably could have been the end of the round right there for London eSports, but they got the trade instead. Smoothie did not hit anything, and that allows, of course, the 9th round to come through. The T side start off with an all-important pistol up against a force by the London Slayers squad. They're going to be looking pretty harsh going into this one. Smoothie with the scout out. The SMG will be on Thomas. Other than that, it's upgraded pistols with Kevlar helmets. Whatever utility that they can spare here on the CT side. Not looking like it will be another 8th. It will be a 10th and possibly even the 11th for London eSports if this aggression goes well.
Well, that's a good start coming out from Astro. That's the scout gone. And Rom as well falling, trying to get that man advantage back. And for London eSports, They're making light work of this force by coming out from the CTs. So far, London Slayers should just opt to go for the save, and Astro could be cleaning up at this point. Stanley, Stanley, oh, I was going to say if he fell, that would have been a little bit embarrassing, but Mighty Max is going to help him out the best that he can. A Scout and a Galil and a CZ to work with, bring that into the next round. And for London Esports, this is now going to be a 10-7 scoreline. And both their T-side and their CT-siders look incredibly strong, and this is London Slayers' map pick.
Yeah, and that does bode concerning factors for the London Slayers. You know, maybe London Esports have got a good read on how they're going to play out some of these maps. I'm not sure what the bleed over and the crossover was from that upper finals, because I didn't cover it. You know, taking a look at this one, you take a look on paper, you can see from the London Esports side is very clearly an improvement in terms of the factors of the last match. Can they turn it to a victory here on map number 1? And again, to take London Slayers pick away from them is such a crucial thing as well, because London Esports didn't have the chance to ban train. Didn't have the chance to do that at all. So London Slayers have basically got a free pass on what could have almost been a free map for them. Still getting contested by their opposing force on that T side. And the players are going to half fly around this rifle setup that they saved from the last one. Straight up aggression coming in from the London Esports side as Eccles aggressive, but he's daggered to 12 HP. Nades stacking towards him on the T-con area. And the rest of the T side will slow down for it.
Yeah, and I like this position actually coming out from the London Slayers as they decide to upgrade the Scout once again onto Smooya and invest a little bit more money into this rather than saving and buying into the next. And London Esports 10-7, and Mighty Max a 1-for-1 trade, and Mighty Max actually is going to get spotted out, so it is going to be a 3-on-3. And now it's all down to Astro and Fry left in a 2-on-3. Astro, that's an incredible, very good kill onto Smooya. And now the bomb can be planted. And Astro is going to get aggressive just behind Oil at the moment. But Stanley, incredible kills coming out. Astro, can he make this work? 1v2 coming out from Astro.
There you go. 4 kills for the man. London Esports 11-7, just holding on against the London Slayers again, which they had a bit of a disadvantage against them here. T-side holding face, of course, keeping their 4th coming for the London Esports squad. Slayers got a double off set up for this next round. AUGs and M4s in play for the CT forces and the AKs and everything. The MAC-10 for Ardis. Try and face in first. Look at this AWP from Rom. Already going to spot all the T-side forces. He realizes that they're coming up close. He's got to get one of these kills on the way back out. Astro will take them the first one for the quick fade. On for the second kill. So close. The crossfire is locked. But the Molotovs on the AK break the cycle. And Fry will be allowed to bomb plant. But 1 versus 2 scenario. London Slayers has still managed to turn the tides well and truly against this lone T-side player who's up for yet another clutch for the Esports side. They creep in. His back is turned. He's ready for a backstab. And will slowly start to creep in the edge of that smoke. When will it start to clear? When will he be ready to turn around and spray both of the players down? Or will Mighty Max and Smooya be able to counteract for this? The spray is blind and Mighty Max will just shut him down. Realising that is a possibility, he takes all the advantages he can, and it will be the final first round on the London Slayers side.
What a play coming out from Mighty Max to even see that as a possibility. And one of the things I want to highlight as well is we spoke about in the pre-game how incredibly consistent Thomas has been. He's 8-14. So far on train. He has been showing up on every single map that the London Slayers have played, and this one, it's just not his. So this is a big turnaround from the London Slayers, and I feel like that's probably why that we're seeing this deficit coming out from them, is Thomas not showing up like he normally does.
A double op setup coming back in with Thomas on one, Smooya on the other. Thomas certainly lagging by a certain amount. We'll try to see if they can get some sort of control out here. Flashbangs awkward coming in from the T side, but they should be able to flash their way and look into the Ivy area. Ardis around Astro, trying looking for a frag against the London Esports side. I mean, they have got a bit of a weird one in terms of the buyout here. I mean, Dom's on a Deagle, and that's the key thing right there, is the fact that they are limited by 1 rifle. The Galil will still come through from Eccles and 2 AKs with the AWP, with Astro trying to lead the charge here with that big green gun. And London Esports face out over to the Brown Halls and the defaults, looking to try and come fruition towards what looks to be a B execution.
And an interesting fact that we've just heard is that for London Esports on HLTV, this is their worst map, so it could be an instant veto for them. But because the London Slayers got the opportunity to pick a map before we had any bans, Train goes through, and London Esports are playing this well. Look at this from Rom now with the Orgon towards the site. It's going to be Astro actually finding one with the AWP, so it's now going to be a 4-on-4. Rom stuck in towards Summit at the moment. That's another big kill from Rom. Can he follow up again? No, he can't. It's going to be Fry and Smooya as well. Now it's all down to Astro. A 1v3. And stuck on the ladder. You can't shoot on the ladder, so he was just trying to get above on towards that train to get that shot off, but he doesn't get the timings out. And London Slayers, they're closing the gap, Jamie.
Yeah, back within 2 of the London eSports lead. London Slayers would absolutely love this one. Double op set up back in against the Eco, the London eSports side, and I imagine this should be a relatively simple enough affair for the T side just to go in, get mowed down. London Slayers to get themselves up to 10, and London eSports will be focusing on that rifle buy. Now, though, it's just going to be like a standard Eco, hoping that they can find some sort of opening picks. And a lot of the London eSports sort of setup has been about the opening picks. They haven't tried to progress down the London Slayers, which might be a smart idea. They're going to face him for Rom. Well, that's how well it's going to go for Dominaris. Quick sprays, big sprays, 2 kills found by the CT side, and the 5 versus 3 already. I mean, even with the weapon disadvantage, and that just takes no real crutch for them to stand on right there in the London eSports squad. So, again, unless this hit is so perfect on the A-bomb site, this is probably going to end up being a 10th of the London Slayers. It's all just down to see whether these blocks can do any sort of damage and take any rifles away from the CT forces.
Yeah, so far we've seen Rom actually pick up a few kills in this round and in the last. Mighty Max looking towards Ivy at the moment. He's going to be able to spot it all out. Tries to spray him down, finds the second, not the third. It is going to be a trade coming out from Fry. But only 1 kill going in favour of the T side. As the London Slayers do have a pretty good hold on the situation. And now we come into the gun round. AKs across the board for the T side. And a lot of utility to use as well. But the double orbs on Thomas and Smooya, this could be the big play.
I mean, I had that in the last couple of rounds as well.
But we haven't really seen much from it.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It kind of has worked out for them, just that little bit extra support. But as you say, no real frags coming in for Smooya and Thomas. Look at my Max, he's going to try to take the first phase. Astro, he's not really, still spray transfer, connects and takes the man down. Eccles will be able to trade it back. It's Smooya. We watch you onto T corners where the rest of the T-side players are held out here. Got a bit of control and a bit of aggression coming in from Artist. Flashbangs over. He makes his way onto the A-bomb site. Smooya's going to try and spot them back over here. Good spot cross. No, he misses his shot. He little does he realize another T-side player right around him. Eccles will fall. And Artist going to try and line up 2. No, Thomas takes him out. Finally getting some good impact frags on the board. A 4 versus 2 for the London Slayers. Bomb out in the open. The crossfire is set. And there should be no way for eSports to break it.
Yeah, this T-side is looking very rough now coming out from London eSports. As the Slayers have got a pretty good hold on the situation. Fry only able to find 1 and 2 kills are found from London eSports. But other than that, it's all London Slayers at this point. And so far, these orgs, they just seem to be doing so much work at the moment. And now we're going to see a bit of an eco come out for the T side. And I'll tell you what, London Slayers, they are now in the driving seat.
Yeah, full-blown control of these rounds so far. And again, another eco coming through from London. A flashbang. We'll try to take a bit more of a pacing style, a bit more different pacing style, a faster pace. But it's going to get shut down by Rom immediately. There's nothing that London eSports can do seemingly enough. Orb shots from Thomas. Stanley will be traded back, but the P2K so close. They're not ready for this, and Astro's going to go falling for it. It's a soul cast trade back, and the bomb plant can come through on the half, but it's not too terrible. If they can get a 3rd kill, it's even better for him. But I don't imagine it'll be going much further than this. Quick reloads out against Thomas. No. P2 good enough to get the frag, and there you go. It will be a 12. London Slayers are going to take the lead away from the T side.
Tell you what, for them to actually get a bomb plant and 2 kills, a relatively pretty good round coming out from London eSports, and that's going to help further their economy. They are going to be able to get an AWP onto Astro if they want, and AKs across the board as well. And look, there it is. Astro's going to go on the AWP, as we do see for London Slayers a 1-round lead. And the double AWP once again coming out strong for the CT side. And London eSports, slow default at the moment. Brown Hall seem to be on the cards, but Rom, look how aggressive he is, Jamie. And oh, he could spot out Astro here. Oh, the timings for Rom. Can he find anything? This is such a crucial position. I can't believe he's made his way all the way here and hasn't even spotted out anyone yet. And he could fall back because they're now at a man disadvantage. And finally, I feel as if Rom's been spotted out, but
no, he hasn't. They have no idea. God. Thomas with 2 kills, and Rom comes in the crossfire towards Ram. The AWP of Astro can't even get the damage done. He falls to Rom. 2 kills to his name. Massive control to the Brown Halls, and it shuts the whole play down for London eSports. Artist left alone. The lurker towards Ivy in a 1 versus 3 to recover anything. It's not going to happen. Big Rom, big Thomas, big players on the B-bomb site.
What a round coming out from Rom. We've seen how many plays he's made towards that B bomb site, but getting aggressive and having that teammate of assistance makes that crossfire almost impossible to break. And now we see the AWP onto Artis. So Astro, he's not feeling it, or something's going wrong, but they're going to change it up. He might have had the better spawn, actually. So Artis on the AWP should give it back to Astro. He might even be able to find a kill there, and there it is.
Artis with the first shot on Stanley. Will spot a second man out towards the connector area, but can't get the shot back on him. He's up spots him on top of the red train as well. So London eSports opening kill in this one. London Slayers try and recover the situation the best that they can again, but London eSports, okay, they either get that first or lose that first pick, and then they try and fall right back into a default style. Hopefully get a little bit more information set up for an execution set. I mean, they're limited on utility, but they should be able to get a good couple of smokes down and flashbangs into the B bomb site, which it looks like that's the play that they're going to go for here. Solcas, Dom with the smoke sets up alongside Eccles towards the other side. And here they go. Damage done to Astro by here by Rom. Good taps on Dooten. Does find the frag eventually. Smooya coming up with the second one on Fry. It's a 4 versus 3 scenario. The trades will come back for the CT advantage. He's actually going to find one on Artis as well. He does deal with Thomas, but the man advantage still so favours the favour of the London Slayers. As AWPs are picked up, Eccles will try and face in. Damage being done to Dom if he goes down. And probably that should be the end of the round right there. He's hearing those footsteps coming forward though. And how will Eccles deal with this? AWP shot lock? No, Robin Mighty Max 2 quick headshots and just not going to be able to lock out that appropriate angles. 14-11. London Slayers going to be on the close point of map point, and London eSports seemingly can't seem to break this cycle here, Blake.
Could we just bring up the scoreboard for a minute? I just want to see, look at that. 7 rounds in a row coming out from the London Slayers.
Whew. That's a lot of rounds. And the key thing about it as well is that there's been no economical build for London eSports.
Yeah.
Even though they've been on max loss bonus. See, every single one of those rounds, all 5 players went down.
Yeah.
So when they come into this last bye here, which could potentially be their last one, their last good bye in the half, potentially in this map up if this doesn't go right, which is already going to go wrong with Smoothie with taking the first shot and the first kill onto Artis. You're looking at this like, well, this is not a good sign. 5-on-4 scenario immediately. Thomas will try frag back. Eccles will be able to get the trade for the 4 versus 3. And London Slayers do maintain control of the A bomb site with Sweeney getting another frag on Soulcats. Fry will trade, but Rob's on the back. That sprays on through, just about gets it. And Sweeney with the final frag right there. Will wall bang onto Fry. Will get London Slayers to map point. It was looking a little bit shaky earlier on here, but now they're looking like they're going to take their own map choice.
Yeah, look, this is looking very dominating for the London Slayers, and I feel like the double AWPs have had so much impact, and Thomas, he's now starting to bring his weight. We spoke about him before not being that impactful. He's now sitting there at almost a 1 KD at the moment, so he's now bringing it back into this CT side, and you look at the buy coming out from London eSports, they only have a very light utility, and look at this, Rob should be able to line them up, only able to find one, a quick trade coming out from Astro, but Thomas as well with the AWP.
There we go.
Oh, he lines up 2, and it's all down to Dom left. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, 16-11 for map number 1. And look at Smooya, he's hyped.